Live from your local bar and tavern in Orange County, California, it is the one, the only Statler Sports Bar! Here is your barkeep, the host with the most, Statboy Mike! And you're... There you go. Go ahead and do it again.
I didn't think you were going to do that. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I wanted to do a cool intro this time. Fuck it.
It was very cool. And I think
well, thank you. You're welcome very much.
So we got some sports to talk about.
We do.
Lots of things that's happening, especially in baseball. But first, I want to get you have some hockey news that you told us about.
I did.
On Facebook, somebody retired. Who was that?
I don't know. Oh, Doc. Sorry. Fuck, I forgot about Doc. Yes. I'm sorry, Mike. I apologize. Yes, Mike Emmerich. Doc retired yesterday, the legendary voice of NBC hockey after 30 years, which is freaking bananas. I made it clear on Facebook yesterday when I put the post up of the clip of the Kings winning the Stanley Cup in 2012 that except for those of us inside Staples Center, like yourself, you were at home with Jade and with Dylan, you got to hear the Kings being called the champions with Doc Emmerich's voice. And I don't take that lightly. Doc is a legend. He is a wonderful human being. I had people on the no DQ side of things who I don't really, very rarely do I hear from them at all about anything related to my shows or my posts or anything. They were commenting how nice Doc is in the local Detroit area where they are from. Made it clear that he was willing to, give out tickets if need be to the local clientele. He's just a wonderful man. We are going to be the sport will miss him. TV broadcast will miss him. No question about it. And I am, again, like I said at the very beginning of my post, we here in SoCal have been very spoiled in having Chick, Vin, and Bob all these years call our sports. But Doc was the national voice, and we are now without him as well, and it sucks. So.
He did have a bit of a distinct voice, especially when there was like a big hit or a goal, or I think the term was denies him.
Yeah, and we always joke here in Casa de Mitchum that he was ready to poop his pants when he fired a shot. So it was he was like, Doc, you're gonna shit your pants. He relax, brother. It's all right.
I mean, watching hockey, especially with the Kings and the Ducks, it was always Bob Miller for the Kings on Fox Sports. And it was like that was the franchise. There was no other hockey around.
Right.
NBC would mostly be football, golf, the Olympics, yes. Occasional college football. You wouldn't get hockey on NBC.
Right.
So and then when it came time for the playoffs and the Stanley Cup Finals, they had the franchise. They had everything. Yep. And it was very, very fun to have Bob Miller record over the game so that the Kings fans could hear him make the call.
That was I every June 11th I watch that game because it's the second greatest day of my life. I've said it time and time again. There it is. And having Bob call that was just so damn special because he earned that with the rest of us, damn it. He really did. And it was such a beautiful moment. But having Doc on the national call and knowing that you guys at home were going to get just, some of the best stuff ever was a good consolation for us that were, having to suffer through being there live because it was such a chore. Oh, God, such a chore to not have a TV call and to have to deal with the noise of the crowd and crying your eyes out of your seat. Just a bitch. So.
And another thing I don't like about commentary is in certain games there should be like a match. like the freeway face-off. We should take Bob Miller and the Duck Sky, put them together, let them have one game.
Mikey, timeout. Mikey, timeout. We're being told in the chat room you are echoing like crazy.
I'm echoing.
You are echoing. Yes, echo. Yes.
Well, I can hear myself through your broadcast.
Which is do you have the show open, or do you have just the StreamYard open?
I just have StreamYard open. That's all I've got.
Okay. That's very bizarre. Well, I'm sorry to Colin and everybody else. I don't know why it's happening. So it's just we're gonna have to just deal with the echo for today.
Deal with the echo. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's not your fault, Mikey. It's honestly been one of those weeks, and it's only Tuesday. So
exactly. So we'll just move on, and we'll say, Doc, thanks for having a 30-year career, and happy trails, and come back once in a while, and who's going to take his place?
I was very good. I usually sing when that phrase gets uttered, so you should be grateful I didn't sing happy trails to you, because it would have been ugly.
So who's replacing him?
We haven't heard. It literally happened yesterday, so I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what NBC decides. I mean, there are a lot of choices. NBC's got a pretty stacked roster of people, so I'm not worried about NBC calling. I'm honestly worried about just getting back to the damn games and actually going to the games. That's my primary focus, is just going back to normalcy and going to the Staples Center and even going down to Honda Center. God help me. And
you step foot in Honda Center, you'll combust.
No, but for real though, I have been within line sight of Honda Center more times this calendar year because of going to Teresa's than I have Staples, and it breaks my heart. So
moving on, let's go into
moving right along.
World. Of course, everyone is talking about Dodger Fever in the World Series. Game 1 starts in about a couple hours, so as soon as we get off the air, get over to Fox and watch Game 1.
That's it, man. Oh,
and wow!
This is our greatest chance, and I've said it every time we've been. But the thing is, there's no reason we should lose this series. None. So I will be more than pissed if we at least don't make a good fight of it, right?
And it has to go to full 7. It has to.
I'd rather it not, because
but you got to remember, the Rays were the best in the American League. The Dodgers were the best in the National League. They were both the number 1 teams going in. So there's no finish. A sweep would be outstanding, but also, I mean, there are going to be fans in the stadium. They want baseball.
Right.
They want to go there every day.
Right.
So go full 7, and then go into extra innings at the end of that.
Exactly. Colin, football's coming. Stand by.
Hold on, Colin. You're jumping the gun. A quick note in the at the end of the NLCS, Cody Bellinger.
Oh, jeez.
After he hit his home run, and of course, what I've always said is that home runs in the postseason get celebrated a little bit too much.
Yeah, I seem to recall the Angels guy. He broke his foot that one time jumping on home plate, or getting jumped on at home plate. Or it's like, dude, we need to keep going.
Snapped his foot. Well, Cody Bellinger gave a extra big high five and ended up dislocating his shoulder.
So what's his status for tonight?
He's okay. He actually went to the trainer's room, popped it back in, came back and finished Game 7 to go on and win the NLCS.
As he's Dodger tough, brother. I love it.
Dodger tough. There you go. All right.
So, what's your unbiased? I know you're a SoCal Cowboys, so it's not really hard. It's hard to be unbiased, but looking objectively, what's your prediction for the series? Are you for sure predicting a 7 game?
If I'm going by the stats, I'm going to say Dodgers in 6.
Dodgers in 6. All right, there it is. You heard it from Stat Boy.
But I want the 7th game.
We all want sports to go on as long as possible, because once they're gone, we have a hiatus, and hiatuses suck.
Well, then we have to worry about hockey coming back in a couple months.
Well, from what we talked about, I don't know if we talked about last week or week before, but they're shooting for a Christmas restart for the NBA and a New Year's Day for the National Hockey League. So we'll see how that plays out.
There you go. All right, time for the main event, time for the meat and potatoes, time to get those drinks orders in. We're talking football,
Dun
and
dun dun dun.
dun 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 dun. I briefly touched about this last week about Le'Veon Bell being released from the Jets. I did a little homework. Here's what I found out. This whole started when Jake Osmeen
Yes.
put up a tweet saying that Le'Veon Bell needed to be traded because the head coach of the Jets, Adam Gase, doesn't know how to use him, so they might as well get a pick in this lost season.
That's
3 days later, look what happens. We get the announcement, he's gone.
Right. Yeah.
They couldn't find anybody to trade with him, so they figured we're just going to get rid of him.
And that's all right. The Chiefs didn't mind bringing him on board.
Exactly. He had a 4-year, $52.5 million contract, which made him the second highest running back in the league. I should have got who. I don't know who he's behind. And Coach Gase had an audio clip saying, "I don't like the way," and I'm paraphrasing, "I don't like the way that I'm getting word of this. He needs to come and talk to me. He needs to voice his opinions." And apparently that never happened. So now he signs a 1-year contract with the Chiefs, and ironically, after he gets done with his COVID protocol, that doesn't mean he has COVID, but he just has to be healthy for 2 weeks.
Go through the process, yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
The Chiefs play the Jets in week 8.
Nice, fantastic. I hope the Chiefs whoop their ass. I mean, it's the Jets, so duh, but you know.
I mean, yeah, it's the Jets, and they're when I talk about them, it's not going to be pretty. In fact, you're probably already going to know where they're going to end up in the power rankings later on in the episode.
Well, being the producer, I do know, so that works.
Yes, you do.
I'm actually doing that right now as you talk, because I forgot to load the graphics in.
We're going to see what happens in week 8, but right now we're talking about week 6.
Yes.
And the teams that were off were the Seahawks, the Chargers, the Saints, and the Raiders. All got the week off, didn't have anything to worry about. And game 1 of week 6 was the Denver Broncos against the New England Patriots, and the Broncos win 18-12. Cam Newton came back after him getting through COVID, testing positive. He's A-okay now.
For real, I'm glad Cam's okay. Like, for real.
Yes.
I honestly, at this point, it's pretty much fuck you, Belichick. The team, whatever, they're a bunch of cheaters because of Belichick. So fuck him. But I do like Cam. I always have liked Cam Newton. So
he hasn't gone through the deflated game, have you?
Not yet.
This is the first win for Denver against the Patriots since week 3 of 2006.
Shit.
So that's finally got broken.
Good on Denver. Right on, man.
Yeah, there you go. Drew Lock went 10 of 24 for 189 yards. Didn't throw a touchdown because the Broncos were kicking field goals left and right. They scored 6 field goals in 1 game.
Time out for a second, Mikey. We actually use StreamYard, Colin. I know that Greg used Streamlab when he was doing the early days of the Greg Cherry Sunday live streams, but he now is on the StreamYard parade with the rest of us. So, or at least me. Aaron's still doing Skype because Aaron's stubborn. But we're using StreamYard. I love it. It's the easiest damn thing I've ever used in my 18 years of doing this stuff. So when we get off air, I'll hit you up and give you a brief run through.
Good question, Colin. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Cam Newton went 17 of 25 for 157 yards, and I got that game right because Denver had a plus 9 point spread. I picked them. They win. I'm up 1-0.
There you go.
And moving on, Tennessee and Houston. They had to go to overtime. Tennessee wins 42-36. Tennessee starts 5-0 for only the second time in history.
Wow.
The Titans are also on a 6-game win streak, going all the way back to week 17 of 2019, which is the longest streak in the NFL. Deshaun Watson went 28 of 37 for 335 yards, 4 big touchdowns. Ryan Tannehill went 30 of 41 for 364 yards. He also had 4 touchdowns as well.
StreamYard is not free the way I use it. I pay for the Upgrade Pro. You can use it for free, as I think Greg does. He may pay for Pro too. It really depends how far you want to go, Colin. And I realize I'm interrupting Mikey. I'm sorry, Mikey, but this is important stuff. So, like I said, I will definitely get with you off air. But I pay for the Pro service, and I am glad I do.
So Tennessee is 5-0 now.
Good for Tennessee, man. Now, forget my ignorance, Stat Boy. Tennessee was an expansion team. They didn't move from somewhere else, correct?
I believe they were the Houston Oilers.
I thought they became the Houston Texans. No,
there was a team called the Oilers, wasn't it? Unless I'm thinking Edmonton.
Yeah, no. You're right. There was a Houston Oilers. I remember because the Rams played in the one game I went to, the Coliseum.
Okay, let's bring in Stat Boy Jr. Where's nephew? He'll know the answer to that one.
Yeah, he is entwined with his actually getting to use Xbox time today because he's having the moment. So let's see, where the hell was I? Here we go. Okay, I will check that as we go along.
Okay, fine. That's no problem. Very good. So. And that game did not have a point spread. All you had to do was pick the winner. I picked Tennessee out of that one because I didn't think Houston was going to win, but they put up a heck of a fight, and I got that one right. Game number 3. Another undefeated team, the Greg Cherry team, I'm going to call them, Pittsburgh Steelers, taking on the Cleveland Browns, and Pittsburgh just steamrolled all over the Browns, 38-7. The Steelers are now at a 5-0 start for their second time in franchise history. Ben Roethlisberger, 14 of 22 for 162 yards. Baker Mayfield, 10 of 18 for 119 yards and a touchdown. What happened, Cleveland? What's going on?
Well, Colin and I talked about this because Colin is a Cleveland boy, and Greg and Big G, of course, are Pittsburghers. And we talked when Cleveland beat Dallas that, can they do it to Pittsburgh? And I said then, beating Dallas this year is a lot different animal than beating Pittsburgh, man. Pittsburgh, I knew 3 weeks ago that Pittsburgh was going to be some serious shit going down up there in the Bergs. And damn it if I wasn't right, because Pittsburgh let Cleveland know that Cleveland doesn't rock this week. So,
they didn't. They went downhill real fast.
It was a sad day in Cleveland, as Colin says here. But Colin wants us to remind us, don't let this distract you from the fact that in 1966, Al Bundy scored 4 touchdowns in a single game while playing for the Polk High Panthers in the 1966 City Championship game versus Andrew Johnson High School, including the game-winning touchdown in the final seconds against his old nemesis, Bubba Spare Tire Dixon.
Thank you, Colin, for that nostalgic television show.
That show was on Hulu, I discovered, and I love my Hulu now. So there you go. The entire series.
I like the entire series, really?
The entire series.
Wow.
Somehow Fox hasn't put it behind the paywall yet. I probably shouldn't have said anything
Fox
now.
Fox does a lot of things with Hulu. I mean, you can watch.
Right.
They put Lego Masters on there. They'll put anything on there.
Fox just wants to be on TV, man. They are still, for some reason, the 4th redheaded stepchild of network. I don't understand that because they've been a powerhouse in sports for years now. So, anyway.
Yeah, it was always the big 3, and then Fox decided to come in.
Well, right, and when they came in like gangbusters. They had The Simpsons, Married with Children, and the Tracy Ullman Show, just right there, man. They were whooping that ass right away, so good for them. Anyway.
And I think the Dodgers moved over to Fox with Vin.
I want to say that's right, but I remember Vinny being on Prime Ticket, unless I'm mistaken. I remember
him being on KTLA. And then
KTLA, I definitely remember KTLA. Yes.
And then I think he moved over to Fox, and then they moved over to Fox Sports.
Yeah. Well, the stupid thing is the Raiders have been on KTLA no matter what part of the damn state they're in. It's like KTLA is a SoCal station. Why are the Raiders the home team?
Not anymore.
Even the Rams came back. It's like, dude, fight for that shit, you idiots. I love you, KTLA, but you're ever since Hal Fishman died, you've been pissing me off. Anyway.
KTLA is not a sports station anymore. It's literally been ever since the pandemic. It's been a 24-hour news thing. It's from 5 until 1. It's news.
Yeah, and it's freaking daytime talk show drama shit.
Only Jerry Springer and Steve Wilkos, and then they come back at 3, and then by then I lose interest.
Well, right, because when it comes to primetime, they're still running CW shows. And I've kind of fell off of CW once the Arrow the Arrow thing kind of went downhill. I haven't watched it in forever yet.
Monster thing too.
Right.
They've got nothing.
As we're off in the weeds here.
Of course, let's go back to football. Baltimore took on Philadelphia and ended up losing 30-28. The Ravens are a scoreboard powerhouse because in every quarter they've played, in every game, they score at least once. They have that distinction. So far, they are perfect in every quarter of every game.
Wow.
Lamar Jackson, 16 of 27 for 186 yards. Carson Wentz, 21 of 40 for 213 yards, 2 touchdowns. Didn't catch if he actually held onto the ball this time.
We'll get to turnovers during the Dallas game.
Oh yeah, we will.
At least he owned up to it.
We've got plenty to talk about in Dallas. But again, no fly, eagle fly, not this week.
That makes you smile a little bit better.
Not this week at all. The New York Giants took on the Washington football team and actually ended up winning. New York is no longer a team that has no losses or no wins.
No wins. Yeah.
They ended up winning 20-19. Kyle Allen went 31 of 42 for 280 yards. Daniel Jones, 12 of 19 for 112 yards. And Daniel Jones actually kept the ball for himself and got himself 74 rushing yards, the most in a game by a Giants quarterback since 1990.
Nice.
So not only can he throw, he can run.
That's okay. I call that game the stadium implosion game.
Yes, you did.
I hate them both so much. Hate them both.
Why? Explain.
The Giants and the Washington team are in our division. I have to start training my tongue each week, again and again. Yeah, them and the Eagles, man.
Say color that isn't blue with the most organ on your body.
Yeah, Washington Burgundy, what the fuck ever you want to call them. The Redskins, damn it, they've been in our division forever, and I hate them, and I hate the damn Giants, and I hate the Eagles. Anyway, moving right along.
Atlanta took on Minnesota. Atlanta was another team that came in without a win, and they ended up beating the Vikings 40-29. First win on the road for Atlanta since Week 16 of 2008. Matt Ryan went 30 of 40 for 371 yards, 4 big touchdowns. Kirk Cousins went 24 of 36 for 3 touchdowns, and no wonder Atlanta won because he got picked off 3 times.
Kirk Cousins is still playing?
Oh yeah.
Jesus, he's been playing for like 60 years.
He's not on the Brady level, I'll tell you that.
You know what? I said this to my dad the other day watching the Tampa game. I don't have a problem with Brady and Gronk anymore because they're not wearing the damn Patriot colors. It's all about Belichick. I can't stand him. I'm glad Tom and Gronk are having a good time and succeeding in Tampa. So I just wish their damn stadium would have been able to have been used back in March for a certain other show.
And it's probably going to be there this year.
Oh, I know it. Don't remind me.
And if so, I might be taking a trip to Florida.
Really? Look at you.
It's a possibility. We don't know.
Well, I can. If you have a really big bag, I can still weigh.
I won't be going to the show. I want to do the fan access.
Right. We talked about this last time we talked about Mania. You were going to do like everything but, which is fine. Yeah. That's like I said. Honestly, I'm kind of in the same boat. I've done Mania. I've done the Mania thing. I've done Hall of Fame. But I'd love to do like the indie stuff, like the WrestleCades, and if Conrad's got something set up, that'd be great. So.
Seems like the chat room's a little bit quiet. You guys asleep in there? What's going on?
No, they're not asleep. I'm just not been paying attention to what they've been saying. Yes, Dwayne, there is an echo. It is not you. We have no idea why. You're late to the dance. Michael says Giants winning the division, first place after this week when we beat the Eagles and the Cowboys lose. You know what?
Yeah, right.
Okay, well here's the thing.
There's no chance the Giants are going to win the division.
You know what? They can right now. That's the thing. That's how batshit crazy this freaking sports year is. The New York Giants can win the division. Okay? Mm-hmm. Number one. Number two, if you guys beat the Eagles, I may just sing your praises next week on this show.
You heard it here first.
Because I hate the Eagles so much more than either Washington or the New York Giants. So if whoever beats the Eagles is my second favorite team in the league. Period. And then followed by whoever beats the damn Patriots. Especially if you sack Belichick on the sidelines. That'd be a bonus. Oh, piece of
Let's
shit.
not hurt the coach. He's probably going to turn into dust if that happens.
So let it happen.
Dad's on wrestling, by the way. I'm watching him wearing. I have the shirt.
Oh, you are? Look at you.
Yeah, I did say I would wear the shirt.
Well, I appreciate that because there is a breaking news story regarding Dad at the end of this show.
Ooh, stay tuned.
Stat Boy Sports Bar exclusive.
Detroit took on Jacksonville and ended up winning 34-16. A lot of points for Detroit this week, coming off their bye week. Matt Stafford went 19-31 for 223 yards. Gardner Minshew went 25-44 for 243 yards. The Jaguars have fallen into a downward spiral, giving up 30 points in the last few games and losing 5 in a row. So they are...
Well, their management team's a little busy on Wednesday nights, so they don't have time for a Thursday prep. Just one man's opinion. I understood that reference.
Cincinnati took on Indianapolis and ended up winning 27-20, losing 31-27.
I was gonna say, if the Bengals won, I quit because there's no way that would ever happen again. So let me just be that. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I read that backwards.
Okay, thank God.
Joe Burrow went 25-39 for 313 yards. Philip Rivers 29-44, 371 yards, scored 3 touchdowns. Not much in that game really. I didn't have any news on the Bengals or the Colts. Only that I picked the Colts and I was wrong.
Because it's the Bengals and the Colts. It's just nothing going on in those cities right now. It's, yeah. So, exactly. Well, I mean, okay, think about it. Cincinnati, they have the Reds.
Yes.
And they have the Bengals.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Indianapolis, there's no racing right now. So they're kind of just, what the fuck right now. So,
there it is.
There you go.
The Bears took on the Panthers and ended up winning 23-16. Yes, they are 3-0 on the road since 2006. Nick Foles went 23 of 39 for 198 yards. Teddy Bridgewater 16 of 29 for 216 yards. And at this point, I had only missed 2 games so far, being the Indianapolis. Yeah, the Indianapolis game I got wrong, and the Minnesota game.
You picked Cincinnati?
No, I took Indianapolis at -8, and Indianapolis didn't score enough points.
Oh, I was going to say, you picked Cincinnati to win a football game? I'm going to throw you off your own damn show.
If I would have taken the 8 points, then yes, I would have won. But
by the way,
didn't do it that way.
the Bears.
The Bears. Drink a Sprite.
That's all I got right now.
And
I'm really lacking in the alcohol.
Well, I didn't grab one before I started filming either.
It's okay.
And now we get to the worst team, the New York Jets. They took on the Miami Dolphins, and they not only lost, they got shut out.
Jesus, they suck.
No points. Goose eggs across the board. 24-0. Final score. Joe Flacco, 21 of 44 for 186. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 18 for 27 for 191. It finally happened. It only took 6 weeks to do it. We have a 0. And that's exactly where they probably belong. And they got rid of Bell. It's probably going to get even worse. I don't want to say it, but it could possibly be an 0-16 season for the Jets.
And then it'll be nice and cheap for McMahon to rent it out for WrestleMania again. So there you go. They'll make their money back. You watch.
Wouldn't spend that kind of money.
Yeah, he would. He loves the New York, New Jersey area. That's where him and his dad established. So you know.
The big battle of the week. Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady, Green Bay versus Tampa Bay. And of course, Tampa Bay decided to just steamroll the former #1 team. Green Bay did not want to play. They were off their bye week, and apparently Aaron Rodgers loses 4 out of 5 coming off of a bye week, but he only went 16 of 35 for 160 yards. That could have been his worst performance of the season. I don't think he's done any worse than that. Tom Brady went 17 of 27 for 166 yards, 2 big touchdowns. And like you said, Brady and Gronk, they've done the touchdown thing 79 times and have gone and they've scored together. One more and they hit the 80 threshold. Gronk and Brady, a bromance.
It is, man. And I'm all about it. I love them to the pieces. And hey, a former WWE 24/7 champion in the mix. So there you go.
They did mention that back in like week 2 or week 3.
Lots of chatter in the chat room. Tim says NFC North is the Packers to lose. Yeah, and they lost. So we'll see how that goes.
They did.
And the winner might get 5 wins. Yeah, exactly. It's a terrible time for that division. Tim says, who do you think is going to get the first overall pick in the draft? If they go by record, it's got to be the Jets. Yeah, because the Jets are the Jets are hitting goose eggs across the board here. So yeah. And then Michael says, Joe Flacco still in the league? Yes.
Yep.
And Tim says, Adam Gates still a coach? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sadly, yes. It's amazing how stagnant the National Football League seems in general. But just nobody goes anywhere except Brady and Gronk. They're all just kind of sitting there doing the same old shit for the last 2 years. And now, what's his name from the Jets, like you said? So.
Yeah. Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell, thank you. Sorry, my brain didn't register that for some reason.
All right, the Sunday night game featured the Rams and the 49ers, a battle of California, and San Francisco came out on top 24-16. Jared Goff went 19 of 38 for 198 yards. Jimmy Garoppolo 23 of 33 for 268 yards. Not much you can say about this one. San Francisco just
did the Rams get 2 touchdowns?
Yes.
Okay, so if you all in SoCal didn't get your Jumbo Jack yesterday, that's your bad.
I think they've done the Jumbo Jack thing every week.
Right.
I don't think they've missed a week yet.
Yeah, they just got to start getting more points in the other team now. That's the key. You have to win the game, guys.
No, they don't have to win. They just have to score 2 touchdowns.
No, I'm saying to win to go anywhere as a football team, not as a goddamn Jumbo Jack producer.
I haven't had a Jumbo Jack in a long time.
I have never had a regular condiment topping Jumbo Jack. I always eat my shit plain. So
that's the way to go.
That's how I do
Going
it.
Into Monday with the double headers.
Oh, Monday.
Kansas City took on Buffalo and ended up winning 26-17. Patrick Mahomes went 17 of 22 for 158 yards. Josh Allen 14 of 26 for 122 yards. Kansas City, they've improved to. Do I have them at? Yes, 5-1. They lead the AFC West over Las Vegas. So
yes.
And they're up there. They're very close. Of course, the Steelers, the Titans, and the Seahawks are all undefeated.
Right.
And upcoming in Week 6, when we get to or Week 7, when we get to the matchups, the big game, you'll spot it. You'll know what it is. And finally, last game of the week. Cardinals and the Cowboys. And before during the pregame show, we had a nice little message from Dak, who sent it out to his friends.
Yes.
Do we have the footage?
I don't.
Oh no!
I was so depressed after the game. I forgot to bring it up. Honestly, dude.
Well, Dak did show up at the stadium. He didn't show up on game day, but he went in there for a motivational, inspirational speech to let everybody know that he's okay. Yep. We did get the report. He is out for 4 to 6 months, so that's for the whole season. He's done.
Yep. But 4 to 6 and recovery is better than surgery, and then we'll see.
Right. Yeah. At least we got the word that he's going to be okay.
Right.
So Andy Dalton steps up to replace Dak Prescott, and there was a notice that Kyler Murray, the quarterback for the Cardinals, whenever he approaches AT&T Stadium, he wins.
Yeah.
So the media they jinxed the game before it even started. And in the first half, I didn't have a problem with Andy Dalton. I had a problem with Ezekiel Elliott, who could not hold on to the ball to save his life. Ended up with 2 fumbles, which led to 2 touchdowns. I mean, come on, dude. You have to spray some stick onto your gloves to get the ball to hold on there?
Yeah.
And then, of course, in the second half, that's when Dalton was just getting picked off left and right. 2 interceptions, and the Cowboys lose 38-10. But all is not lost, because even though the standings say otherwise, the Cowboys are still top. They're 2-4. It's not a powerful standing, but it's the best. And Jerry Jones needs to retire.
That's all I got to say. I've been singing Jerry Jones's praises longer than I fucking should have. Honestly. And Tim says, "Who's the worst current NFL owner?" It's got to be Jerry. It's terrible. Although, yeah.
I say it's the Jets. I'm sorry. I'm going with the Jets.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the Jets. The whole Jets organization is just a big giant circus.
I mean, the Cowboys have won more games. They've only won 2, but the Jets haven't won a single game. They are 0-6.
Yeah, their freaking fight song should be the damn Doink the Clown theme.
There you go. I mean, if memory serves me, sometimes a team that goes 8-6 get into the playoffs. So if they lose 2 more games, that's it. They're going to be done. There's no way a team is going to go to the playoffs with 8 losses. It's impossible.
Mike, I wouldn't say the Washington owner. I'm not a fan of his either. I'll be honest with you, but he at least had the political correct awareness to not stick with a controversial thing. So, there is that going for him. It's got to be the Jets guy right now. But overall, long-term booking, Jerry Jones is getting worse every year. So
overall for the week, out of my picks, I broke even 8-8.
There you go.
That's not the best week I've had yet.
No.
How did you guys do? Did you guys play along? And how did you guys do in your picks, if anybody?
How'd you kids do at home?
How did you kids do at home?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Did I don't think I say that. I have a cool image to show you from Monday Night Raw, but I will do that after you do your power rankings and your Week 7 picks.
Oh, go ahead. Let's do it now.
No, because I don't have it ready yet. I don't have it ready yet.
Okay, you don't have it ready yet.
I'm not ready
yet. All right. So we're gonna move to the power rankings.
Yes. Let me just make sure I'm ready to go here. Of course I'm not, because the damn thing won't load because my Chromebook decides right now is the time to be a piece of shit. Okay, I'm ready. There we go.
All right, so at the bottom of the list, no surprise, 0-6, the Jets. There they are.
There you go.
Moving up to spot number 31, I can still no charge, but even though they did win, the Giants.
Bottom of the barrel where they should be.
Dropping one spot to the number 30 position, they lost to the Giants. Washington.
Which makes me hate you guys even more.
Next spot, another drop spot. Thanks to their loss in Detroit, Jacksonville.
And Tony Khan.
The AEW guy.
No. Okay. That's the thing. He's not the AEW guy. Him and his dad own the Jaguars. They bought AEW. They formed AEW after they got the Jaguars. So I just put Tony's picture in there because I think it's funnier than shit. Anyway.
Next up, spot number 28. Thanks to their big loss, even though they scored points, Houston Texans.
There you go.
Dropping 2 spots to the number 27 spot, Minnesota.
Yeah.
And now a team that actually got their first win and got them to move up 4 spots.
Whoa.
Atlanta,
GA.
Atlanta, GA. Now here's an odd move. The next team moved up a spot and they didn't even play.
As they do.
Chargers.
There you go.
Now, the next 2 teams are the ones with the ties, and apparently in the NFL, if you have a tie, you are placed higher in the rankings. So up next, Cincinnati.
You still stuck, Cincinnati.
Followed by
Die Eagles Die.
Philadelphia. And the only reason Philadelphia is higher is because they scored more points.
This is true.
Team number 22 dropping 5 big spots.
Woofa.
We'll see what happens next week, and hopefully they can gain some ground. And dropping 3 spots.
And then there's these assholes.
You have bragging rights over nephew. The Cowboys are ranked higher than the Patriots.
Yes. Yay for me.
Moving up 4 spots into the top 20. Denver.
Gotta love Denver, man.
Also moving up 4 spots into the number 19 spot off of their bye week.
Yeah.
Detroit.
Look at Detroit. Look at them go.
Number 18, thanks to losing in Chicago, they dropped 2 spots.
Hang on. Freeze moment. Hold up. Stand by.
Standing by. Live TV.
Red 5 standing by. Red 2 standing by.
Gold leader standing by.
Gold leader. They kept from behind. Ah! There we go.
There we go. Carolina.
I don't know if it's a song. I like saying Carolina like that for some reason.
After beating the Rams and moving into the number 17 spot, which is a 3-point jump, San Francisco.
Always hated these guys because they've always been so cocky and full of their own shit, even when they sucked. Anyway.
Next team that blanked the Jets, moved up 3 spots, Miami.
You say it like it's hard to do. Blank the Jets. I could blank the Jets right now in my pajamas.
The next 2 teams, they didn't play, but they dropped 3 spots. We have the Saints and the Raiders.
Yay, Raiders. Woo woo.
Dropping 4 spots thanks to their loss in San Francisco, the Rams.
Friggin' Rams. But we got Jumbo Jacks out of it if you went to the checking book yesterday. Woo woo. Okay. Fat man got to eat after all.
Another 4-point loss.
Jesus Christ.
Losing in Kansas City.
Oh my God. This computer's going to make me throw it across the room before the day's over. Okay. Rams 2. There we go. Okay. Very good.
Buffalo.
Yes.
All right. We're almost in the top 10. Another 4 spots. They're right on the cusp of getting into the top 10. Team number 11, the Colts.
Woo, Colts.
Now we're in the top 10. They dropped 5 spots after getting steamrolled by Pittsburgh. The Browns. What can Brown do for you?
They can let Pittsburgh do bad things to them and not talk about it the next day.
Team number 9. 5 spots up, Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona.
Team number 8, another 5 spots, and this is their reward for taking out Green Bay.
That's right.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, boy.
And speaking of the team they beat, they are now ranked number 7. This is the lowest they've gone. They were 1, and now they're 7. 1 loss does it all.
That's it. 1 loss to win them all.
That's right. Team number 6, the Bears.
The Bears.
Team number 5, they beat Buffalo, which wasn't an easy task.
No.
3 spots up, the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Team number 4, another 2 spots, the Ravens. And finally, the last 3 teams that are undefeated. The number 3 team, Greg Cherry is happy.
And Big G.
The Steelers.
There you go.
Team number 2, the team that won Week 6, the Tennessee Titans. And that only leaves the one team that didn't even play. They are still the number 1 team for 2 weeks in a row, or not even touching the green and blue of the Seattle Seahawks.
Stat Boys Power Rankings were brought to you by the Firefly Funhouse. Let us in.
I did see that clip.
Right! And what was really cool was I was in the Thunderdome, so I was able to get my picture. If you look in the bottom left hand of that corner, I got a free promo shot with Lexi and Bray.
Cool.
So I'm like, I am keeping that and using the shit out of it.
And I heard that Bray took out, the Fiend took out Retribution on Monday night.
Did you watch Talk Wrestling yesterday when I was on the air?
No.
Okay, somebody asked me, the very first question I got, before I even got into the chat room, like I got on Twitter, they asked me, how would I book Retribution now since we're stuck with them for a while? And I said, I wouldn't have done it in the first place. I would take them out like now, get rid of them and reboot. So when I went on Aaron's chat room, I said, who had the over-under on Retribution being buried 30 minutes after Talk Wrestling ended? Because
good bet.
The Hurt Business beat him, and then the Fiend whooped him. Like, I couldn't have called it any better if I was Nostradamus. Like, seriously. So, it's like, there would have been a hell of a point spread if I'd actually made that a bet. 30 minutes after I went off the air.
It probably would have been a good payout, too.
Yeah, 30 minutes after I went off the air, the faction was dead and buried. Done. And this is before they did the big thing where Ali revealed he was the hacker. So they had an ace in the hole. They just got the shit kicked out of them, so it's too late. Idiots.
As we say on this channel, it is what it is.
It is what it is, baby. That's right.
It is what it is.
It is what it do. I was upsetting Dylan so much, crazy, talking like the dream, watching that episode of Superstars last week. It was so funny.
That was a good episode. I did.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I was very getting the boy to see what it was like 30 years ago.
Well, yeah, I had completely forgotten that was the episode where Martel and Robert started their angle. I was like, holy shit, I actually enjoyed it. I wonder if people actually enjoyed that match. I was like completely taken aback, and it was that. I was like, wow. So that was cool. But yeah, seeing Sapphire with the DiBiase, it was very disheartening for sure. So anyway.
And it was. All right.
So week 7. Let me. Do I have a logo for that? Because that'd be really neat if I actually planned ahead and I didn't. Son of a bitch. Okay, well let's just do. What can we do here?
I don't know. What do you got?
No, actually that works. So it covers the whole thing. So, I like that.
There's the logo to my new shirt.
That's right. Which you can buy at teespring.com/store/Jeff Beacham Network, or you can find everything Jeff Beacham Network at jeffbeachamnetwork.com.
Thank you to Harley Baby 45 who said she bought a shirt.
Yay, Harley Baby. She was.
Oh yeah,
she was on one last week, man.
And when we got to work, I'm like, oh, I can't believe you did that. And then I said thank you and whatnot.
Right.
Here's the new Dad's on Wrestling shirt that I'm.
There it is, brother. Woo! I've got. See, I only ordered the new logo shirt and the Talk Wrestling shirt first because those are my primary shirts. The next order for November will be the Dad's and this one, because I'm on those shows all the time. Like it's for Rewind I can wear a Greg Carey shirt because he's the co-host and I just like promoting his shit. So that's not a necessity to buy the Rewind shirt yet or the Musings shirt because Musings is a crapshoot when it happens. But Stat Boys Sports Bars every week and Dad's is every other week like clockwork. So I got to make sure I have those shirts for the new year when we start year 2 of the Championship Network, and that'll be coming up on New Year's Day. So
okay, so do we have the graphic?
I got nothing. So, do you want to put the bar logo up, or you want me to just have you be on screen?
No. I'll just rattle everything off. All right, so week 7. The Giants take on the Eagles. It's a rivalry game. Philly is the 3.5 underdog, so you're giving up the points if you take Philly.
Go Giants! Sorry.
Feel better? You need a drink?
Yeah, later.
Okay. So, ironically, I am taking the Eagles on this one. I'm giving up 3.5 points for that.
Okay.
Detroit is taking on Atlanta. Detroit's a +3, so I'm taking the Lions over the Falcons. Just because the Falcons won one game, I don't think they're not going to take out Detroit. And after Detroit scoring almost 40 points in one game, they've got the momentum, so they'll get that pick easily hands down.
Yeah. If somebody can do me a favor, if you're watching on a big screen, and take a screenshot of us right now, Mikey looks like he's wearing one of those like Martian hats you get out of a freaking out of a freaking claw machine. It's tremendous the way it looks. I swear to God, I'm busting a gut over here trying not to laugh my ass off. So somebody screenshot and send me that shit. That is golden.
I'm using my mental powers.
And honestly, since we're echoing anyway, fuck it. It might as well be an alien invasion. That's fine. I know we're echoing. Stop coming in late and spreading the same shit we already talked about.
Donate to the cause and help me get some good equipment.
Where's my
microphone and a camera?
Where's my shit? Where's my shit? There it is. Ha! I have waited for that one. Always ready to make money.
Draw money.
We're coming back next week, so we gotta draw money. Yeah. That's right.
Cleveland takes on Cincinnati in the Battle of Ohio. Cleveland is the favorite, so they're giving up 3.5 points. I'm going to take the Browns. I'm going to think that this one-game loss is not going to affect them. They're going to come back strong against the Bengals.
That's it.
Same thing with Green Bay and Houston. Green Bay is going to come back. They're a 3.5 point favorite as well. So I'm going to give up those points.
That's fine, because I want Houston sports to be punished for all time now.
Absolutely.
The entire sports division of Houston, except pro wrestling, because I respect Paul Bosch and Bruce Pritchard, but everything else, fuck them.
Well, you don't have to worry about hockey in Houston.
No, because they're in Dallas, and I don't like them either. So that's because my grandmother. I have to have that one for eternity because she hated them too. So I have to hold that one for good. So
Carolina and New Orleans. Carolina's the underdog, so you're going to get 7.5 points on that one.
Right.
I still think New Orleans is going to win the game, but I don't think New Orleans is going to win by 7.5, so I'm taking Carolina on that one. I will be rooting for Drew Brees and the Saints. Buffalo and the Jets, that's a pick game. Just pick one, and don't pick the Jets.
Yeah.
That easy.
Honestly, guys, if you're picking the Jets just to try to, pull an upset or pull a lot of money, I admire your courage and balk at your stupidity at the same time. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, there's no points involved because let's face it, any amount of points, the Jets aren't still going to win right now. Don't give them a sympathy vote. Don't give them a sympathy pick. Don't do it.
No sympathy votes in this election year. None. Zero. In football, of course. In football. Of course.
In fact, I'm almost at the point where I'm not even going to list the Jets games.
Yeah, no.
Because, let's face it, if the Jets go up against Seattle, it's a slaughter. If the Jets go up against Tennessee, it's a slaughter. If they go up against Pittsburgh, it's a slaughter. Any team, except maybe for the Giants, they might have a chance.
I say they get the Polk High School class of 66 with Al Bundy leading the charge. Maybe the Jets can beat them. Maybe
so.
We will reference back to Married with Children at least one more time tonight, I'm sure.
Dallas and Washington, that game is going to be a pick as well, and I'm going to stay with the Cowboys. I'm going to give them another week.
It's funny. It's funny you say that because my dad has always been the entire time I've been Cowboys fans. Don't pick against the Cowboys no matter what. The Cowboys cost my dad $150 yesterday.
$150
in the work pick'em. He had every game except Dallas.
And it cost him. Oh my God.
The Cowboys dicked him, and he was fuming yesterday.
Mr. Frank, you need to listen to my opinions here, okay? Show your dad.
The thing is, they shouldn't have lost that bad. It shouldn't have been that much of a massacre, even without Dak, because Andy's proven he can go. It's just that Zeke had his head up his ass, and then Dalton got picked off twice. We had no chance in hell. So, anyway.
So I'm gonna go with Dallas. Seattle and Arizona, that's a pick as well. Seattle's the number one team. You can't go wrong with that. I'm not picking Arizona because. Why am I not picking Arizona? Oh, because they're 4-2. That's why. They're undefeated. I want to see Seattle go at least half the season undefeated.
All right.
Green Bay had the chance and they blew it. Seattle will do it, I think.
Or Pittsburgh.
Frisco takes on New England.
Oh, God. Ugh.
Stadium implosion?
No, because I just dislike the 49ers at this point because they're not as good as they were when they were first cocky. I hate the fucking Patriots, so go Niners.
Well, we know what Team Nephew's picking.
And I'm sorry if you're watching, Bubba. I threw a lot of F-bombs at the Patriots today, so I'm sorry.
I'm going to go with the Patriots on this one. I think Cam's going to come back and take care of that. Tampa Bay and Las Vegas. Las Vegas has the points at 2.5. So if you want Las Vegas, you're getting a 2.5 point advantage. So I'm going to take them. They're coming off their bye week. Who knows what's going to happen with them? But I think they're going to go for the win. And now the big game, the battle of the undefeated. The Steelers take on the Titans. One team is going to lose. They are both 5-0. And I'm taking Pittsburgh on this one. I'm keeping Greg Cherry happy.
Okay.
In fact, I need to bring him into the sports bar when we start talking about Pittsburgh.
I
need to invade his show.
I need to make a request. You keep forgetting Big G when you talk about the Steelers. He is just as big a Steelers fan as Greg. And honestly, as Greg Cherry has been a consistent co-host for me the last few years and a great friend, Big G has also been a recent addition to my circle of lovely people, and I have HBO Max because of him, so I need to make sure I keep Big G happy because I love my HBO Max because damn it, I miss having friends on my TV every time.
Big G, so you're coming into the sports bar next week.
That's right, and Big Baller G is happy, so there you go. That's right, keep Big Baller, there you go, so there you go. Damn it. Yeah, he is Big Baller, man. He's been freaking donating some serious coin into the freaking Super Chats. No, I wish I had a Patreon. Are you kidding me? Super Chats on Aaron's channel. So when I've been on, so I'd be able to benefit. So that's why I got Big this thing.
I would love to have a Switch for Christmas.
He's not Santa Claus, you idiot. Although, if Big G wants to borrow my Santa suit, I won't say no. So there you go. Anyway, we're off in the weeds here.
Jacksonville takes on the Chargers, and both games are being played at SoFi. Sunday night game and Monday night game. So SoFi is going to be busy with games. I'm taking the points on Jacksonville. They're a +8.
Okay.
I still want the Chargers to win.
Right.
And the Bears take on the Rams, but I'm going to go with the Rams because SoFi is Rams. So
that's it, brother.
So those are my picks.
Very good.
And my predictions for Week 7. And we're getting ready to wrap up the bar here because we're an hour away from Game 1. And apparently they're bringing back the Steal a Taco promotion.
Oh, nice.
Taco Bell. So the stolen base gets happened, you get a free taco.
Dear God, and Vin Scully, because you are God, just let us win this damn World Series, please. I am so sick of this damn city not having the baseball championship. It's been 30 years since you guys, 32 since you guys, and 18 since my Angels. Bring the damn trophy back, please. Just please. Thank you. Okay.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back 30 years, and we're going to bring old Kurt Gibson to 2020 so he can come out on his bad knees, hit the home run over the center field wall, and it is gone.
There you go. Speaking of gone, we're about to be gone here on Step Boy Sports Bar, but I did promise a breaking news story courtesy of the dads on Not Always on Wrestling. So let me get that going right now.
Let's see this news.
There it is. Want to play?
What did you do? Did you do some
I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing.
Then who are the guests?
You saw him at the very end of that clip, baby.
Oh, dude, this is huge.
It's a brief moment in time, but they're there.
I gotta know how he pulled this one off.
You can blame your brother for that.
I got the reference.
Knowing his affinity for they who are involved, you'll understand the reference. So there you go. Anyway,
make sure you guys check out Dads.
That's on Friday, kids. And if you want to dress like the dads, then you can pick up the shirt that Sapboy's wearing right now over at JeffMeachumNetwork.com in the merchandise section. You get the dad shirt, the Renegade shirt, the Stat Boys. I fucked that up. The Stat Boys Sports Bar promo, which apparently I'm too drunk to do the damn Fuck! Get the 4 shirts on the screen, you blithering idiots. You guys can see better than I can talk. Fuck me. Whatever.
You're cut off.
I am. I've had water, for real. I've had water all day. Like, seriously. Jesus Christ.
Sure you did.
Maybe a little Sprite Zero. I will confess to the Sprite Zero intake. All right. So that's Friday. Tomorrow I'm scheduled to have Greg and I do the Cactus Jack versus Big Van Vader Halloween Havoc watch through, hopefully. And Thursday it's looking like I'm going to be on the NoDQ channel doing predictions for Sunday, Hell in a Cell, which you can catch the watch along for Hell in a Cell, of course, right here on the Championship Network at whatever the hell time it starts, 2:45 I think I'm starting. I don't have a fucking clue what time I'm starting. I don't really care. Like anyway, so that's all this week, and then we're right back here Tuesday to talk about Week 7 and hopefully a World Series win. Hopefully, please, pretty please.
We'll see what happens. Game 1 starts in an hour.
All right, kids, close your tabs.
Thank you for coming into the sports bar. Until next week, the bar is closed. Stat Boy out.